guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, it's a little bit more of an impromptu video, and shout out to Hodinkee, the watch blog, for giving me my idea. I want to talk about the Eberhard Scafograph, the new diver's release by the watch company Eberhard, and the winner of the sports watch category, 2016 winner of the Grand Prix de Horlogerie. Now, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Panerai PAM 111. I figured I'm talking about a diver's watch today, so I might as well wear one of the original yet not quite stereotypical diver's watches. And I missed it. I'm actually going to change out the strap. I've got a few straps for the sling around it. I'm going to take it off the rubber and put it on maybe a distressed leather. But anyway, the Eberhard Scafograph. Well, I was just kind of browsing around the internet, and I think everybody knows my feelings about the watch industry. I mean, it's no secret, it's not doing too well. And I've been talking about vintage-inspired pieces lately. So I was just, hanging out online, reading Hodinkee, and I saw this article. I think it was a couple of days ago, link in the description, about the Eberhard Scafograph. And that it was the winner of the Grand Prix de Horlogerie for 2016 in the sports watch category. And Hodinkee gave it, a decent review, pretty well balanced. But for the life of me, all I could think of when I'm reading this article and looking at this picture is, why? Why does this watch exist? Why did this watch win a prize? Why does this watch cost what it costs? Now, before I give you all my opinions, let's get into the watch a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Now, the Eberhard Scafograph is a 43mm steel watch that's 300-meter water resistant. Pretty standard fare. It's got a ceramic bezel, nothing new there, and it's got one of these innovative clasp designs that Eberhard invented, called the Deklick, which translated should kind of mean eureka. And this is the one part of the article where Hodinkee didn't like, and I think it's the one part of the watch that, is decent. And of course, powering the watch is an ETA 2824. Now, the watch comes on a strap or on a bracelet, and it's priced at $4,070. Of course, you guys can take a look at the picture right up here. Why? Well, let's get into it. I don't get this watch at all. It's another very vanilla diver. It doesn't look any different in the design. They didn't go all out with the faux patina. It's very vanilla. You could like it, you might not like it, but it's versatile. However, I think we can all agree nothing really special there. 300-meter water resistance, okay, pretty standard. Ceramic bezel, a little late to the party, sure. ETA 2824, very solid movement, but can be found in watches that are $300. Then we get to the price point, $4,070, and the fact that it won a prize. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. What about this watch is so special? If you guys have an idea, please leave it in the comment section below. But I think it's grossly overpriced for something that's not unique or innovative at all. I think it's probably well made. Now, full disclosure, I've never seen one in real life, so I haven't played with it. I couldn't tell you about the finishing. Hodinkee said it's pretty good. I'll take their word for it. But the price and the fact that it won a prize makes no sense to me. Now, Eberhard is one of these companies that's, used to be much more popular than they are now. They were kind of famous for their chronos and their single push-piece chronos. Vintage Eberhard single push-piece chronos fetch quite a premium. I mean, they are a brand with a history. And yes, they've made a few diving watches in the past as well. The Scafograph series is not new. But, what is it with this watch? I just don't get it. I mean, Eberhard is a company that we can say is definitely more relevant in the past than, they are currently. And I'm sure they're trying to get a slice of that dive watch pie. Another thought I had is that this segment of watchmaking is so saturated. I mean, everybody makes a diver. Once again, as I've said, it's the most popular category of watch. But something that doesn't particularly bring anything new to the table, did they honestly think it will sell well? I mean, especially at this price point? And don't get me wrong, I'm not the Oracle. It very well might sell excellently. But in my mind, I don't know how it can. It's just not different enough. And it's too expensive. And it doesn't have the brand recognition. But already a company that isn't particularly well known for divers, hell, it's not particularly well known for anything anymore, comes out with a pretty solid diver, but then prices it at what I think is double or more than what it should cost, and also wins a prize? I mean, I must be missing something here, guys. I really must be. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad watch, but this is more expensive than an Oris 65. It's more expensive than a Longines Legend diver. And yes, it's not all about price necessarily, but it really doesn't do anything different. I mean, the Pelagos arguably doesn't do a whole lot different, but it's 500 meter water resistant, has an in-house movement, and is made out of titanium. The Black Bay, well, once again, now has an in-house movement. Arguably, it's made by Rolex. The brand has a lot more cachet. It makes no sense to me. I mean, this to me is almost an equivalent of a Steinhardt or maybe a Squale. And if it was priced at that price point, I would totally understand, $800, $1,000, maybe even $2,000. But $4,070 for a 300 meter water resistant watch housing an ETA 2824 that brings nothing new to the table except the clasp, which Hodinkee said is the worst part of the watch. I just, releasing a watch like this makes a lot of sense because it gets more people to buy into the brand. It's a versatile design. Dive watches are the most popular category. But releasing it in a climate where the watch industry isn't doing so well and everybody's undercutting their competitors and creating these access pieces, pieces to get people into the brand at a lower price point, and then a company like Eberhard with a really cool history, but that is, not particularly well selling today and is not particularly popular today, to come out with a watch like this at this price point makes no sense. I'd also would have loved to have been sitting at that judges panel to see why everybody voted this the best sports watch of 2016. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, and maybe I'm not, seeing something. I don't particularly like the watch. Maybe it speaks to you guys. But why this watch? Why did this win a prize? Guys, I'm really, out of ideas here. So please leave a comment in the comment section below. Am I missing something? Is there something in the design I'm not seeing? And also, fair enough, I've only really read one article about the watch. I haven't researched it extensively, but I can't see anything particularly special about this watch. I mean, it's significantly more expensive than its competition. It won a prize, and it seems pretty pedestrian. I'm sure it's a great watch, but I mean, it's nothing different. So yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if I'm going crazy over here or if you think I'm right. Also, please take a look at my Instagram account, link in the description below, and I'm going to be traveling next week. So, my video releases will be a little less frequent, but I'll make a channel announcement about that. So stay tuned. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you found it useful, and that way you can stay up to date with my new content. And thank you so much for sticking around for another episode of Federico Talks Watches. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.